Welcome back to another episode of Bourbon Buddies. Today, religion and politics will get you straightened out.
Don't you dare start us off with that, buddy. Jeez, the people are going to run away.
Today we have something that I'm going to let Neil talk about.
News shock here. We have McLaughlin Distillery products.
McLaughlin and McLaughlin. Sounds like a law firm.
It
McLaughlin
does.
and McLaughlin.
Let me ask you, I'm going to flip the script on.
Oh God, now the pressure's on.
So, we just said McLaughlin Distillery. Where the heck is McLaughlin Distillery from?
Okay,
How
McLaughlin.
did you get it? Give us.
Okay, my sister's married name is going to be McLaughlin. She stumbled upon the 3799, which is their address in Sewickley, Pennsylvania. We tried it, and we're really pleasantly surprised. Like, wow, this is a local distillery, like localized in our state. They were gracious enough to send us this bottle of baby barrel bourbon.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. That is killer, and I did that because Neil did that, and that's just kind of weird. We just poured a little bit and are pleasantly surprised with the products they're putting out.
With any kind of more of craft distillers, there's so many different micro distillers. I've heard so many different words for smaller distilleries. If they're making their own distillate, it can be all the way over here and all the way over here, right? And it can get to be like, ooh, ah. You always have to be open to trying distilleries, smaller distilleries, because you never know what you're gonna get. This is something that is very, very unique and damn good.
It doesn't seem rushed. I'm gonna just make a generalized statement about local distilleries. Everything is typically young because they're trying to get something out. They and I totally understand and can respect that. And sometimes they're not bad, right? And we've seen younger bourbons actually turn out pretty good. I'm not aware of the age. I didn't overly dig into it because sometimes that can mess with your judgment. You think, oh, it's young, so it's gonna be this, or if it's older, it should be that. So I kind of like try to not have any sort of bias coming in. I'm very happy with it. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited about what they're doing, and they're approaching it their way, and it's good, man. It's really good.
I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it because the lighting's a little strange, but this is the McLaughlin Distillery Baby Barrel, which they put this in extremely small barrels. What were you saying?
If I remember correctly, 2.5 gallon, 2.5 gallon barrels, just small barrels.
If you put distillate, meaning whiskey, in smaller barrels, you're gonna get a lot of barrel influence quicker than you would if you put it in a normal size, 53 gallon barrel. If you're throwing it in, let's say, a 2 gallon barrel, that puppy's gonna age very fast.
It's gonna pick up barrel notes very fast. Might not.
You're right. When
age,
you say
right?
Age, yeah.
Because I think there is
right.
some mellowing that still happens.
Yep.
But that's the thing. Like with this, I am not getting any of that young, like fire. Yeah, like they're forcing it out. It seems like they're bottling it when it's ready. It's not like they're just splashing it in and splashing it in the barrel, like, oh, it's good enough. It's really a well-made product. I mean, you can just tell by drinking it.
Looking at the label, all those label geeks out there that know all the label stuff, if you look at the label, it doesn't say straight bourbon whiskey. So you're talking about a young product, with all
if
the
you go
law
by the
out
label,
there.
But if you leave it off, that doesn't mean anything.
It forces you to just go, all right, what's in this bottle? Do I like it? Do I not like it?
Yeah.
And
not to overthink it, like, oh,
Yeah.
it's not, I mean.
Yeah, so this one is the 3799, and it says bourbon whiskey on it. So it doesn't say straight bourbon whiskey. It doesn't have an age statement on it. And this is distilled and bottled by McLaughlin Distillery. What's really kind of cool about this is it makes it so different are your wood notes. So typically when you get wood notes, you're getting a lot of wood tannins, the bitterness, all that stuff, and some of the smoky things. With this, it's so different, the wood that you're getting out of, the wood notes that you're getting out of these bourbons.
To me, it seems rounder. It's like you're getting the notes, but it's all like kind of morphed together a little bit more. It's a little bit more like cohesive wood notes.
The wood notes are very dark and dense, and it's nothing to be, it's nothing to mess around with.
I'll tell you what, it's not a toy. I know they do say that they're sourcing their oak from up north, or from north. So I don't know if that means north from where they are. And they get into a little bit of talking about the growth rings, and you have more grow seasons, and is gonna probably add a different expression to the wood. And I think it's actually working out really well for them. They could be starting a trend, you know what I mean, with where they're sourcing
where they're
their
getting
actual oak itself to make the barrel.
Oak is like a huge part in bourbon, because that's where you're getting so much of your flavor. If you're comparing it to wine, getting a lot of those flavors from the grapes, obviously, because it's made from grapes, but all those flavors are coming from that plant itself and whatever soil that it's in.
Soil has a factor, and everything has a factor. Yeah.
Same thing with oak, man. I mean, you're getting all these different characteristics from different oak that you're using, and grown in different areas, right? So it makes sense that you're going to get a very distinct flavor profile here. Compared to, let's say, oak that's grown in Kentucky.
If you really wanted to like break it down scientifically, you would have to look at where it's grown, what is the moisture content and typical of the soil. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, because we know how that all affects wine. It's amazing when you'll see the same winery make a wine where they have the stuff they grow, juice that they import and produce. So it's the same winemaker, they're doing the same process, but you can really taste the difference in the wines just from where the fruit came from. Now, you could probably argue that with grains and stuff as well, I would imagine, right? But oak, the oak playing a big part of this.
I think scientifically, it's the contributor of the most. Flavor profile that you're getting from a bourbon is really kind of derivative of the oak.
What I would suggest is, for anybody watching, is go onto their website and check it out, or if you're ever in the area, stop by, like make a trip by. It's the best, or very close to the best, Pennsylvania whiskey I've had, and that includes rye.
This is going under the radar. You're getting these sweet notes on the initial and mid palate with honey and vanillas, but then that finish, and you and I both kind of agreed on this, is that get those really nuanced wood notes.
I was getting a little bit more like root beer, a little sweeter, a little bit more like honey and caramel. This, I actually get more of the barrel influence, which sort of makes sense, but it's a very rounded, almost like almonds and wood tannin. You're almost tasting a little bit of the char and a little bit of the raw wood itself on the finish. And it's actually like, it's pretty enjoyable. It's almost like kind of reminds you when you get into like maybe even some cigars where they have like a wood note.
I mean, hey, if you're around that area, stop.
Or if you can get something shipped and you can, I would definitely give it a shot. We're actually very pleased, excited. I know we didn't do like a formal tasting, but do that on your own time. We wanted to just let you guys know these are good products. Definitely check them out. And if you've had them, let us know. If you're able to get them and you're gonna order them, let us know in the comments. We do read every comment. We try to get back to everybody. We're really having a lot of fun. We know it's been a little while. Things have been a little crazy, but we're getting it together.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we're reining it in. From the Bourbon Buddies, cheers.
Cheers.